Coast, the sun, the sand and the surf. It's one of the prime tourist destinations in the world, and it's also become the home of bowls in Australia, and once again plays host to the Festival of Bowls, the Australian Open. Over the past 13 days, competitors from Australia and around the world have been doing battle in various disciplines with $250,000 worth of prize money on the line and the chance to be crowned the Australian Open champion. And it comes down to this: men's and women's pairs and singles action over the next 2 days. We cannot wait to get stuck into it all. A big hello and welcome. Fantastic to have your company at the Broadbeach Bowls Club for the Australian Open for 2018. Lauren Wood and Barry Lester joining us for the next 2 days. And Lauren, what a beautiful day we've got here at Broadbeach.
It could not be better, Jack. The Gold Coast has been absolutely glittering for the last 2 weeks. But as you said, it all comes down to the next 2 days. We're expecting some cracking action here at Broadbeach. And if there's one man who knows exactly what it takes when it gets to the pointy end and exactly what these greens are going to be doing, it's our very own Jackaroo, Barry Lester. Great to have you with us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm really looking forward to these finals that lay ahead of us. You're looking at really perfect greens, great conditions, high quality lawn bowls.
Let's have a look at what we've got coming up today for you. We're going to start with the women's singles final. Rebecca Van Asch from Tasmania takes on one of the best youngsters in the sport, Kristina Krstic. And then later on, the men's pairs final. And Barry, it's funny how these things worked out. It's become an all New South Wales final.
Yeah, that's right, Jack. You're looking at 4 really quality players, once again, in really good conditions. And we're going to see a lot of excitement played. You know, a lot of weighted shots, a lot of deft draw shots, really good players, and a lot of players that are coming up through the ranks, and a lot of players that have proven themselves over the years.
The women's singles will be kicking things off here very, very shortly. And Rebecca Van Asch is one who has tasted some prime success on these greens, having won gold at the Commonwealth Games here twice just a couple of months ago. And Jack caught up with her a little bit earlier today.
Well, Beck, good luck today. It doesn't feel like all that long ago you were here winning gold at the Commonwealth Games ×2. Does it bring back some special memories?
Yeah, Broadbeach is a bit of a second home, it feels, at the moment. The training we've done here over the last couple of years and obviously throughout the games. So it's nice to be back here and nice to be in the nice weather and on the good greens.
You know a lot about Kristina. How do you prepare for her? What sort of player is she?
Yeah, it's nice to be playing a fellow Jackaroo in the final, and yeah, Kristina's been in great form, so yeah, I'm expecting a tough game. I think the last time we played each other was the Golden Nugget last year, and she pretty much wiped the floor with me, so hopefully I can do a little bit better today.
Barry, as you can see there, Rebecca's very calm coming in. She's played in some huge matches in her career. I'd imagine that experience factor is going to hold her in pretty good stead today.
Yeah, too right, Jack. It really does count a lot, the fact that you played on these greens before and you've won on these greens. She's the current Australian indoor singles champion as well, so singles record really does speak for itself. Quality player, going to be a quality game.
It's one of the biggest matches in Kristina Krstic's life, and a short time ago, Lauren caught up with her.
We're here with women's singles finalist Kristina Krstic. Now, she's quite nervous, but how are you feeling?
Yeah, definitely nervous. It's my first time playing in the Australian Open singles final, so yeah, I'm definitely feeling it, but hopefully I just relax a little bit before the game starts.
What's the morning been like? How have you been dealing with it?
Morning's been interesting. I've been, like I said, super nervous, so I've been trying to find things to distract myself, like packing even though I'm leaving tomorrow afternoon, but yeah, just trying to not think about it so much.
Rebecca's had success on these greens quite recently at the Commonwealth Games. What are you going to have to bring today?
I'm definitely going to have to bring my A game against Beck. She's a magnificent player. She's very attacking as well, so I know I'll always have to put balls behind the head and make sure I cover well. And yeah, I know I'm going to have a tough game against her, definitely.
Thanks for joining us. Best of luck.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Absolutely pristine conditions here at the Broadbeach Bowling Club as the women's singles finalists make their way onto the green. It's now time to head up to the commentary position with Jack Hevron, Barry Lester and Steve Glasson.
Thanks very much, Lauren. Here's Rebecca Van Asch, the 30-year-old from the 𝘱𝘳𝘰𝘥𝘭𝘺 Bowls Club in Tasmania. Triples and fours gold in the Commonwealth Games just a few short months ago. And Kristina Krstic, we mentioned how big this is for her and her career. Just 24 years old. She's done pretty much everything that she can do from a junior level. Now she's stepping up into the big league and has got a huge opportunity today. Steve Glasson, the Australian national coach, and bowls royalty, joining us in commentary alongside Barry Lester. Glass, this is going to be a terrific contest.
Oh, thanks, Jack. Really excited to be here. It's going to be a fabulous show. I'm personally delighted. We've got 2 Jackaroos playing off for the title, so please don't ask me to pick one because I'm just not going there. It's going to be a draw or a toss of the coin. So, look, we're in for a cracker. They've both been playing exceptionally well. There's a little bit of nerves out there. There's just a little bit, so which is natural, I think, in a big game. So great audience here. Looking forward to it.
If you're playing along at home, it's a very simple format to follow here in the singles discipline. Each player has 4 bowls, and it is first to 21. Nice, easy one for you to work out as you're playing along at home. Rebecca Van Asch in the yellow, Kristina Krstic in the blue. And Barry, we talk about this so often in big games, and this is no exception today, how important the start is.
Yeah, no doubt. Both players are coming off really hard semi-finals, and their confidence has to be high. The thing I really like is both players know each other's game really well, so they know what to expect. You know, if Kristina is holding 2 or 3 at any stage, she knows that Beck's got the firepower to come through and you know, drive and kill the end and obviously push to the respot, and vice versa. Kristina's got a lovely attacking game as well, but really clean, both hands. I had a good look at the bowls going down the roll-up. It's quite sharp, both draws, and the green's running around about 17 seconds, so perfect conditions for high-quality bowls.
And the great thing to come out of today's result is that regardless of the winner, we will have a first-time women's singles champion. Ellen Ryan has almost had a bit of a mortgage on this event in the last couple of years alongside Natasha Scott, but she fell short in the semi-final. So Beck and Kristina.
It's a great confidence-boosting opener, isn't it? First bowl. That's hello, welcome, I'm here.
So if you're watching along at home, top left-hand corner of your screen, you've got the amount of shots that each player's got left in the end. So that's the 3, which will tick down to the 2 and the 1. And then on the bottom of our top left-hand corner is the amount of shots that each player is holding. So we'll do our level best to keep you up to date with that throughout the course of the afternoon. Beck's just probably answered any questions we had about nerves.
A little bit of background, talking to Beck one-on-one just only a couple of weeks ago. Sort of suggested that, look, I'm not really enjoying my singles at the moment. You know, because she's a team-orientated player, especially when you look at recent results, World Bowls, Commonwealth Games. And I spoke to her again this morning. She's absolutely loving her singles at the moment. So
Yeah.
look at this.
2 rippers to start with. And I guess the terrific news for Beck, which we can now share publicly, I just wanted to triple check. I went and caught up with her this morning and make sure that we could, is that Beck and her partner Alex are expecting their first child.
How great is that? She's about 15 weeks, so very exciting news. And they are stoked, naturally stoked about it. So I have warned her sometimes they hide in there, and sometimes it can actually be 2 in there on the scan. So it didn't sit all that well with Beck. But anyway, congratulations to Alex and, of course, Beck. Super exciting news. So December, roughly the middle of December, I think.
Just before Christmas.
Both players electing to play the same side of the rink so far. With Beck trying to add to the count. It's going to be a very good positional bowl, this one, in case Kristina elects to play some weight.
I think if I was Kristina, I'd nearly consider having a crack at this. It's early. It's a very difficult shot to draw.
Just in the last 20 minutes or so, a bit of extra breeze has picked up, and
She's
Kristina
attacking.
is going to play with some extra weight. And she's managed to just skim one out, so she's minimised the count by 1. That'll be good for her confidence.
Yeah, good option. And that release of aggression too will actually help settle her down, believe it or not. So it was a good shot selection, I reckon, and as you say, reduce the count. But opportunity knocks for Rebecca here with a little bit of room to double up on her already holding of 1 shot.
Yeah, a bit of a 3-throw for Beck here, just to try and add another one, which she's done. So a really good start for Beck Van Asch, picking up 2 shots.
It's always the virtue of having last shot in the end. And Beck makes full count of the opening end. 2-0 in this first end. First to 21 format. How have you seen the speed of the greens, Barry? They were immaculate for the Commonwealth Games a couple of months ago, and from everything that we've seen this morning, and we came out yesterday and had a look as well, they're playing very, very similar again.
Yes, Jack. Well, all 4 greens are really good, and this, for me, was probably my favourite all throughout this event. And having had success on this green last year in the final of the pairs, it is a really nice green, and it's really, like I said, it's quite sharp, the draw. It's, you notice all the bowls really ducking into the jack, and it's probably drawing around about 8 or 9 feet, so it's quite wide and quite free. 17 seconds is beautiful pace, and both players with their experience and touch, I think you'll see some quality heads.
Beck's going very well here early, isn't she? She's really come out all guns blazing.
Gee, look at this.
Baz, I've got a question for you.
Oh.
We've been talking about, or Jack alluded to, you know, Ellen Ryan, her dominance here of late, Natasha Scott, and well researched, and Jack, you're absolutely right as always, but there's another couple of players I want to mention that seem to be enjoying making finals here, and that's one Joshua Thornton and one Barry Lester. You're in the fours final tomorrow, men's fours final.
Yes, but like as you said, Glass, you know, Josh is my meal ticket, so I'm only making finals.
I did say that. Yeah, I did say that.
Making finals because I'm playing with Josh, but yeah, he's obviously a very, very solid competitor, Josh. He prepares and recovers well and puts his heart and soul into it, and he's an absolute breath of fresh air to play bowls with, and it's just a great new format this year, having, you know, young Jaden Christie in the team and playing with Aaron Sheriff, and yeah, tomorrow can't come quick enough. It's so exciting to be part of that fours final.
Well done, mate. Good luck, and it's a cracker of a final up against the foursome of Alex Marshall. It's the promoter's dream, isn't it? So
absolutely. It's Kristina approaching and arriving. This is going to fall in for shot. That's well played. Thanks, boys. Just a couple of early wins for Kristina Glass. Not so much on the scoreboard, but just the drive on the last end and then one there to draw shot.
She is a player that's maturing and maturing rapidly. It has been one of her things that, and I'm not letting any secrets out of the bag, but she's such a wonderful young lady, but sometimes, you know, or has in the past struggled with just a little bit of nerve. So, and she's really just matured sensationally well, getting through those little speed bumps, I suppose, and it's great to see her out here, and this is game on for sure. Chasing this with interest as well, as she should be. Very close.
Just sliding past, but that's a great position.
Good home.
Really sets herself up for her last delivery.
So a chance here for Beck.
Already we see only probably one bowl outside the yard, and that we're going to see a lot of that today.
Just having a look, she's very interested in this.
Yes,
oh,
not
she's unlucky.
Exactly what she was after. She certainly didn't want that jack to follow for as far as it did. And this has opened the door for Kristina, Barry, big time.
Yeah, a little bit stiff there, Beck. She gets a bit more of the bowl. She sits it for two. Unfortunately, the jack's shifted into a position which now allows Kristina to draw another one, you'd like to think, and get a two and start, get that scoreboard back to 2-all and try and push away from there.
She couldn't have played that much better, Beck. Really, she was extremely unlucky.
Kristina Krstic 2-2 in the women's singles final here at the Australian Open. Rebecca Van Asch in Kristina Krstic. It's been a very, very even start to this one. We're midway through end number 3, and it's Rebecca Van Asch holding one shot, looking to potentially turn that into a second. It was a good end for Kristina, that last one.
Well, it was. Rebecca played a really good conversion shot and was a bit stiff, but to Kristina's credit, she took full advantage, added the extra. We're back to square, and it's game on.
Beck Van Asch played every delivery on the one side of the rink so far, just trying to create some rhythm. Kristina's been forced to play a couple of weighted shots, but a lovely little switch of hands here on the forehand.
Probably advantage Kristina in that case, isn't it? Because she's actually had the opportunity to have a look at both hands, and Beck hasn't had that opportunity yet. So when the time comes, and it will, Beck's going to have to swing over and be a little bit of an unknown for her when she does that. But I'm sure she can adapt.
Lovely weight, just under the line.
Would it be worth her changing hands sometime soon just to get a feel for it regardless, or is it just keep going the way you're going?
I think you just got to keep going, and maybe if there's a free kick with a bit of room, you might have a look or something like that. You've just got to play it by ear. But I mean, she started very well, Beck, so I wouldn't be wanting to change too much at this stage. So it's one of those things you're caught between a rock and a hard place, really.
Important ball for Kristina here, that she gets another one in there. Might be an attacking option coming up for Beck, but Kristina's played this pretty well.
She's got to run the distance. Fabulous effort.
Not too far away. It's a good view of the head right there, Barry. Still lots of room for Beck to work in.
Yeah, she is arriving with weight, Jack, as I expected. Just
A lot of years to win on the calendar.
there's a certain Steve Glasson might have won it 9 times.
I didn't want to bring it up because he gets all modest when
you
we
were
do
nudging
this.
me, Jack. You were nudging me.
That was like pre-war. That was in a different lifetime.
Pre-war.
Okay, Kristina on the forehand, about 36, probably about 34 metres of length here. Quite a long end. Handy little starter. There we have it, Glass. Beck's first bowl on the backhand in this direction.
Yes. Not too bad either, mind you. Certainly having a good look at this, a little touch. Oh, it's a good start. What a character Beck is. I suppose her self-nominated new nickname. She was doing some interviews and openly declared that she felt she was the bubbliest personality and character in the Jackaroos. So therefore the nickname now Bubbles, which obviously she can't stand, which obviously sticks.
Bubbliest.
There's some good nicknames out there.
Probably hard to argue, really. She's a great character.
Oh, she is.
Sticking to the backhand, just needs to just slightly correct her line. Lovely weight. Beautiful free running greens here at Broadbeach Bowls Club. Timed it around about 17 seconds today.
Much better line here. It's going to come home late.
It's a nice shot.
Well played. Baz, you haven't tipped a winner here.
I said in the pre-match commentary that Rebecca's experience will hold up for a lot, not just because of the Commonwealth Games. She's played back-to-back pairs finals at the Australian Open the last 2 years, which proves that, you know, the last couple of years she keeps getting it done. But with shots like that from Kristina Krstic,
wonderful shot.
It's going to make it hard for Beck to have it all her own way.
That was the big question mark for Kristina in many ways, wasn't it? How quickly she could get her way into the match. For her to be leading after 3 ends and playing some shots like that, well, that's certainly knocked that question out of the equation and might just put a bit of doubt into Beck's mind as well.
A shot like that, just forcing the hand too. Beck is making Beck switch to the forehand. Now the head's probably got a little bit uglier for Beck because of that front end pressure.
Kristina just trying to play exactly the same shot here.
Probably doesn't need to change too much, really.
Great to hear Kristina asking a few questions. Also helps settles the nerves. The more she can just try and be herself out on the rink, the better. It's another nice bowl. Really good position again.
So just explain the logic with that one, Barry. There'll be some people watching wondering why she didn't attack the jack directly. She's just taken a bit of coverage behind.
Yeah, well, I think the last thing Kristina would have wanted to do there is open it up for Beck. Beck's got a pretty hard shot on, but she needs to get a result here.
Well, that could have turned nasty. Probably fortunate to get away with that. That could have turned nasty, so.
It's going to be a close measure again.
She played with aggression, Beck, because she needed to, and that's her style. In this game of chess, Kristina is just half a move ahead early stages.
One shot removed, and we measure for a second shot.
So we'll have a measure again. Second shot is what we're looking for here. And it's just one.
One shot to Kristina Krstic. She leads 4 shots to 2 in the race to 21 shots.
Steve, we've got such a terrific match here. I mean, in many ways, we couldn't have asked for, from a national setup, you couldn't have asked for a better result than to have 2 squad members in. You haven't really spoken, I guess, about what the future might look like for Kristina without getting too far ahead of ourselves, but there's a trip coming up to the UK in the next couple of months, and then there's some big tournaments in the next year or two as well that I'm sure she'd want to be putting her hand up for.
We're off to the UK next Tuesday.
Yeah.
So really looking forward to that. It's a seek and discover mission, so we've got a nice little blend of youth and experience, and of course Kristina fits that wonderfully well. So Kristina's on that trip, and look, I think it's obvious this young lady has a huge potential. She has an enormous future. She has just qualified in her token field, which is, well, I call it being a chiropractor. So she's pretty switched on. She's got a career happening. She's obviously, you know, an elite player and getting better and better. So she's probably very well known throughout the Bowles family now, and stay tuned because she's going to be a superstar. And I've got to say, apart from her outrageous talents, she's just a lovely young lady with it.
She is. That's a good answer from Beck.
Yeah, it's a lovely start right on the centre line, and that's good evidence of these greens, really. You know, there hasn't been really any wayward deliveries in terms of line. Nice clean draw both sides, lovely free running pace. Hence the reason we're seeing both you know, the first 2 bowls inside 2 feet. Another good one coming down here, just falling short, but right on that centre rink.
That's a very critical element, Baz, isn't it? Be able to get to that centre line regularly. It's really important. If you can do that, it's a great confidence boost as well.
Just become an annoying bowl for Beck as much as anything else there, hasn't it?
Well, it's a teaser. Therefore, she's asking a lot of questions there. Just from the other end, it's hard to get the perspective of exactly how far away they are. So Beck, to her credit, making sure she knows exactly what the dimensions are, and obviously making sure that she can try and negate that front bowler Kristina's and not doing any favours by pushing her in.
Because the greens are so firm, the slightest touch on Kristina's front bowl, it could roll up, you know, 18 inches for shot quite easily. And Beck's played a really, really nice Draw shot, nearly making it for 2 if it falls over. Well, it's close. Oh,
Flop. There you go.
There it goes.
there you go. So that's a great pair. That's 2 really, really good quality bowls from Bec Van Asch.
For the uninitiated, I've got to say, they're making it look very easy because it is a lot more difficult to do that than you can imagine. The touch and the feel, the finesse of doing that.
Kristina's got a good opportunity here just to turn her front bowl or land on Beck's just falling short. She won't be short with her next, I can guarantee you.
There's been no feeling out process for either player, has there? Quite often there's 3 or 4 ends that can be a bit loose just to get accustomed to the conditions. Not in this game.
They've come out all guns blazing, haven't they? So just a little bit of breeze that time, and it is going to have a little bit of an effect, not much. I put that more down to Mother Nature rather than soon to be Mother Beck.
Yes,
Mother Beck.
Nice. I think we'll see a lot of weight here.
Yeah, 3/3. Can definitely play the backhand with weight and get the split and peel both those counters of Beck straight out of the head. She's got a good runner on her too, Kristina. So
you just see in the bottom of your screen there that there's one green and gold bowl that belongs to Rebecca Van Asch to come. So Kristina really needs to make this one count. Some additional weight.
see, she likes it
Gee,
too.
that
She's
line
very
looks good.
close.
Split the difference.
Shot.
What a shot.
That's fabulous.
To get one out was going to be difficult. To get both out, brilliant.
I'd like to know her heart rate right now. We've just gone through the roof. I reckon she'd be very excited by that shot. And
Give us
talk
a
about
smile.
confidence boosting.
Perfect. Perfect weight. Really controlled.
There's a big deep breath as well. That was a big shot early in the match, and she's executed.
Now the problem Beck has here is that her last bowl is agonisingly close to being in the draw. So,
and with that wind popping up how it has just slightly at the moment, Glass, it does hurt your confidence a little bit. So I think Beck should still at least try and arrive with a foot or two, try and land something or promote her own bowl.
well, she's watching it.
Looks pretty good to me.
She's close here. Very close here.
This could bring the house down.
It's just got to sit.
Well, it's going to run a little.
Well, it's a good shot
It's a
either
very
way.
good shot. Well played, both girls. Very good shots.
Great effort.
What a really good end of bowls. I reckon 7 out of the 8 deliveries were effective.
Krstic picks up one more shot to take a 5-2 lead.
Yeah, that's spot on, Barry. They all counted. Here's Kristina Krstic's last bowl of the end. And we were saying before, to split the middle of these two,
Perfect. Got them clean.
couldn't have asked for a better shot.
Just brilliant.
That's why Kristina Krstic is on the plane Tuesday to the UK, and that is why she is out here playing in this final, because of shots like that. They are the shots that get you into these big finals and can win you the big finals.
There she is. There's some more deep breaths. She's watching her here. She seems as if she's just in this little groove at the moment. She just wants the game to keep. Every time we stop, even for a brief moment there, she just wants it to keep moving, which is a sign she's in good rhythm.
I think she's enjoying it.
On the way through, Kristina in the semi-final defeated Bolivia Millerick 21-13. In the quarter-final, with more shots like that, defeated Lisa Prideaux 21-8. And in the round of 16 was too good for Julie Keegan from 21-19. So Bolivia and Julie both from the Broadbeach Bowls Club. So she's knocked out 2 of the local hopes.
And some tough games along the way, that's for sure. Some quality players amongst that list too.
Yeah, the Millerick girls have had a really big couple of years on these greens and on the Gold Coast, winning a lot of titles. It's good to see them getting deep in these events.
And Julie's been a wonderful pairs player with Alan Ryan in the last couple of years.
Last couple of years, haven't they? They've featured in the final, 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1 and lost 1.
That game was actually next door to us yesterday, Alan Ryan v Bec Van Asch, and it was shot for shot, bowl for bowl. It could have been anyone's, and Beck prevailed in the end. What a quality match that was, fitting for a final. And
Beck's road through was fascinating in that she played 3 seriously talented youngsters. She beat Michaela Long 21-8 in the round of 16, Natalie Nerona from New South Wales 21-17 in the quarterfinals, and as you said, Barry, Alan Ryan 21-18 in the semi-final.
They've certainly both earned their place here, haven't they, with the draw they've had. And
look at this.
That is a perfect bowl from Becca Van Asch. Controlled weight, just with a yard. And trailing the jack for 2.
It's just gone up a notch.
Baz, you mentioned that game yesterday playing beside you. What on earth were you doing watching that game?
Well, when you got the luck, when you got the luxury of young Jaden Christie and Josh Thornton putting them close, and you're playing under a guy like Aaron Sheriff, you have a little bit of downtime.
Okay, well, that's fair.
As a third, yeah.
That's fair.
You just tagged along, did you?
Yeah, and I must admit, I'm a big fan of both players, Beck and young Alan, and yeah, got myself caught up in that match a bit, but it was another great complex, another great club, Club Helensvale, beautiful greens. The venues right throughout the event have been first class, and well done to all the clubs hosting the Australian Open and getting involved.
Good answer, Baz.
Thank you.
Diplomatic as usual. Beck approaching to add another one into the count.
She's done that pretty well.
Well, she's probably made 3 of that. She's caught that perfectly. She has.
Don't think that was completely by design, but again, you've got to be up, Glass. If you're up, you give yourself every chance.
Well, you kind of hope, well, I kind of hope for the pair of them that the luck's evenly shared throughout this game. Beck was a little bit stiff earlier with one of her shots, so maybe it's a leveler.
So Kristina Krstic on the mat, quite a long end, about 34 to 35 metres long. She's down 3. She's only got about 18 inches of room here. Can she produce the goods again?
Tell you what, she's just got to run this. I don't know if she's got enough. Track's perfect.
Right on line.
So the count is a full deck for the Tasmanian Rebecca Van Asch. She holds 3. The opportunity to add another one in and walk away with maximum from end number 6. Sticking with that trusty backhand of hers that's been so reliable here in the Australian Open. And we'll just get full confirmation. Might go to another measure. First glance. Glass, what are we thinking?
I'm thinking I really don't know.
Good answer.
Yeah, I'll say 3. I'll say 3.
Our marker, Joan Prosser, has got 3 paddles ready to go, so she thinks that it's not the full count.
A little bit of breeze there.
Yeah, just hearing the wind get up.
This mark may tell us different. Beck's going to have a look just for confirmation. It's a big mark, this one.
Well, the fact Beck's in now measuring it would suggest it doesn't. Beck's bowl doesn't count, so I think we'll be all square after this one.
Steady hands to make sure of it.
Controversy here. I can't decide.
It did look tight.
Yeah, it is.
So now we'll bring in our official.
Quite a big moment, really. You know, Beck picks up a 4 here. She regains the lead after Kristina picked up quite a few ends in a row there.
Well, it's funny. You would think one shot, what's the difference? But you're spot on, Barry. I mean, the difference between 3 or 4 on this end is really big.
And the fact that you made your free kick count, all those sort of things psychologically, so.
Now, Kristina's first 2 bowls were right on target, and Beck's second delivery was perfect, just trailing the jack for 2. It's just showing her class.
Well, it is 4.
Gee, what a result. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Rebecca Van Asch has taken the lead back in the women's singles final here at the Australian Open. The Gold Coast, what a beautiful destination it is. Once again, playing host to the Australian Open. Competitors have come from around the world, and who can blame them? Look at the sun, the sand, and the surf. And you can just start to see, there's the Broadbeach Bowls Club. So it gives you just an indication of how close the club is to the sand. It's literally about 150 metre, 200 metre walk. And we are in the middle of women's singles finals action on day 1 of our finals competition. Rebecca Van Asch leading Kristina Krstic 6 shots to 5. Barry, just tell us how significant that last end was for Beck. To take a full count at any time in singles is huge for the confidence levels.
Yeah, and what I really like too, Jack, is that Beck not only trailed the Jack with a yard of weight with her second delivery, then switched to the backhand and drew 2 really good shots. So the confidence there on both sides of the rink, both hands, is there. And hence the reason we're seeing such a quality match. Both players fitting into the conditions really well. And the breeze is getting up a little bit, but I still think we'll see top-end, high-quality bowls. But, yeah, to pick up a 4 in any match of singles is definitely a high confidence booster.
Close here. Well,
Just promoted Kristina's bowl a little bit closer to the Jack.
Wry smile from Beck, but
Kristina just asking where Beck's bowl is in relation to the Jack, just for a bit of a guide. Barry, you're big on that, aren't you? Asking questions of the marker, just keeping your head in the game.
Oh, I think so. Just with, you know, it's the biggest singles final of Kristina's career, and to ask questions and show her maturity, like Glass spoke about before, at 24 years of age, just to settle into the game and really play her natural game is great to see, instead of maybe shutting up shop a little bit and going a little mute. But that's the beauty of being a part of the Australian Jackaroos environment, under the high performance program and under the coaching, to really come out and shine and play your natural game in these kind of conditions.
So back to 6-all. It was hardly Kristina's best end, but still managed to draw a shot from it.
that's always pleasing. If it's not your best end, you still manage to win it. That's a bonus. So look, it wasn't horrible. It was just I think they've been playing so well. And just a couple of loose ones there. So
wonderful conditions. And as you can see there, the Jack going into the shadows. The shadows obviously change throughout the day, and that can sometimes just alter the speeds ever so slightly.
congratulate Les and Chris and the boys on producing a magnificent surface. This is first class. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, this is just immaculate.
So the previous two ends ago, Beck Van Asch picked up a 4, and the length was about 33, 34 metres. And as we see, Kristina Krstic said, well, I don't want to lose a 4 again. I'm going to go longer here. And the Jack's on the tee. Just trying to test Beck Van Asch out here. Just to disturb her rhythm a little bit. Kristina falling a yard short, and Beck just sliding past. So still a bit of room for both players. So lovely line, Kristina Krstic, just having to find about 3 feet of weight here. Looks pretty good to me.
It's on a very nice track.
That's the one to beat. Oh, it just pulled up well.
But again, getting to that centre line.
And hitting the line very well, aren't they?
Rebecca Van Asch, the CEO of Bowls Tasmania. I couldn't think of a more perfect job for someone than for a proud Tasmanian to be CEO of the sport that she loves so much.
And you have nailed that with proud Tasmanian. She is parochial, there's no doubt about it. She loves her home state. She loves the people. She's very supportive. She's a tough nut. She's got to make some hard decisions along the way, as you do with being a CEO, but
yeah.
It's all for the benefit of the sport.
Her nickname's Ricky because her favourite sports person is Ricky Ponting.
They call her Beckmania at times too, instead of Tasmania, Beckmania.
She's slowly but surely taking over, isn't she?
She's taking over the world from Tasmania.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The current Tasmanian Athlete of the Year.
Yes.
What a amazing achievement for Beck to be the Tasmanian Athlete of the Year. Great for the sport of bowls as well.
When you think about some of the footballers that hail from Tasmania, the AFL players and athletes that are coming from there in the track and field disciplines as well, cricketers, of course, it's a huge achievement.
Holding one shot. Be nice if Beck could put Kristina under a little bit more pressure here and try and nail this Jack.
A chance. Just needs to run hard now. Big dive at the end here.
Well, that's the boss.
Well played. Great shot.
That is numero uno that becomes 2 shots. With 1 to come. Big advantage for Beck there too.
Yeah, important, Kristina, try and reduce the damage here. Kristina did roll this length.
She's certainly got more weight on this, so much so she's going to have to hit the anchors fairly quick, I think, or land a bowl.
Uh-oh. Just stays in, which probably shouldn't matter too much unless Beck completely misfires here, but an opportunity to draw a big number again.
A golden opportunity, isn't it, really? Just needs to negotiate the front stuff. And this very proud little Tasmanian's done it.
That's seven shots in this direction, the last 2 ends.
Great answer from Beck. And she certainly found the going good at that end. She leads 9-6 after 8 ends in the women's singles final. Let's get out to Lauren Wood, who's out and about at the Broadbeach Bowls Club.
Thank you very much, Jack. I'm here in the stands with Kristina's best friend, Lara, who flew in overnight from Perth. You certainly weren't going to miss this one, were you?
No, it was a pretty special occasion. I didn't want to miss it, and it's not every day that she plays in the finals, so yeah.
Obviously, she had a nice lead early, but that's been cut now by Rebecca. How do you think she's feeling out there?
She's probably a little nervous, but if she just stays relaxed, I'm sure she'll bring it back in and she'll catch up again, yeah.
Speaking of nervous and relaxed, you also flew in with Kristina's mum. How are you two feeling?
Very nervous. I'm always nervous when she plays.
Best of luck. Thanks.
Thank you.
Isn't that fantastic? Support coming from the other side of the country, flying in overnight.
And may I add, Lara herself is a really great player. Played for WA, was a very close second to Kristina in the WA Bowler of the Year.
Yeah.
Won a couple of state titles. They won a couple together. I think, off the top of my head, maybe the pairs and triples they won together. So a very accomplished bowler in her own right. And as she so correctly said, just one of Kristina's best mates.
And what you may have noticed there as well is that Kristina's mum was very quick to get out of the camera. She didn't want any bar of that. She'd be very nervous sitting up in the stands right now.
That interview is just a perfect example of what this sport is all about. You make so many friends along the way, both interstate, around the country, around overseas, and you share so many great memories. And for someone to fly all the way over from Perth to support a best friend is just what this game is all about. And well done, Lara, and good luck to her mum with her nerves sitting alongside Lara.
High scoring start this game.
I tell you what, it's a fair effort to get here too, because the semi-finals only played, yesterday afternoon. So they've obviously caught the red eye across last night.
Must have, yeah.
That is an awesome performance.
You didn't handball Lara some of your frequent flyer points, did you, Glass?
Normally in row 74E. Yeah.
Not any time I've walked past you on a plane, you're not. So Beck just a couple of times is...
There's a bit of movement in the audience over there.
Yeah. Now she waits. Just a couple of times has walked away from the mat.
There we go.
There we go.
Bit of experience there from Beck.
Yeah.
Plus the breeze is starting to just fluke around a little. It's only probably 10 knots, 10, 15 knots, but it's just moving around a little bit.
And because the green's so good, it does have an influence, Baz, doesn't it?
It sure does, yeah.
Well played. Gee, that was... For any bowler establishing themselves for learning, Beck's just epitomised what it takes. So she was balked. She waited. She went to play again. Again, there was another interruption. She waited and put all that aside and played a really good shot. So
green speed of 16 seconds and a very comfortable 19 degrees on the Gold Coast this afternoon.
It's so important to own your routine, Glass. Yeah, get right back to the start and not let those distractions get in your way.
Muscle memory, over and over and over and over and over.
Who is that? What the secret is?
So you tell me.
Yes. I'd love to be able to practice what you preach.
Yeah.
So Beck just slightly under the line here, but her weight's good enough. She needs to hang on for another one. Just dipping away. Kristina I reckon the big one's just around the corner, that one where she just nails the jack. That side or front resting toucher. Is this the one?
She's enjoyed more success in this direction. Beck's been untouchable in the other direction.
In the area. Very close. Very close here. Well played, Kristina.
Approaching.
There it is. That's the one
shot.
she's been looking for.
And it falls over. Great result.
So Beck's really owned this backhand, playing in this direction really well. She can trail the jack for 4 shots here, or sit the bowl for 2 or 3.
That backhand was a feature.
There is a little bit of danger involved. Doesn't want to be tight and take her own bowl out for 2 down and give Kristina more room.
No, she's not happy with it.
Very close to her own. In fact, it got away quite sharp in the end, so she'd be quite relieved of that, because she could have, as you said, Baz, peeled her own out. She didn't want to play big weight because she didn't have the spot. So in conditions of play for this event, if you kill the end, if the jack goes outside the boundary pegs, it does go back on the centre tee, which is 2 metres from the back ditch. So if it was respotted, she probably still would have been in a bit of strife. So opted to play the more sensible shot, the more difficult shot of the two.
The last thing you want to do is allow more room for your opposition. If you've created it, Glass, by taking her own bowl out there, all of a sudden Kristina's got sort of 2 or 3 feet of room. But can she replicate her third delivery? It's not bad.
Tell you what.
That's going to be knocking on the door.
Gently does it, gently does it. Well played, Kristina Krstic. That's brilliant.
And confirmation of 2 shots. 2 very, very good shots. She has bridged the deficit back to 1 in the women's singles final. Let's have a look at this second last shot approaching. That really set things up, and again, just a little deep breath.
And you talked about muscle memory. Exactly what she produced there, the last 2 bowls.
It'll be driving her inside at the moment to try and win an end in this direction. Another jack length, different position, just to try and... There's the local flies. They are a bit friendly behind this green in those lovely tall pine trees. They're locals. But with that shorter jack, Kristina just trying to really get on top of this direction.
She's tried 3 different lengths now, hasn't she?
Right. So that's not a bad start. Lovely weight. Just about 18 inches jack high. I think the scoreboard really does show what quality players we're looking at here. I don't think anyone from this stage is really going to blow the game out.
No.
I think it's going to be neck and neck all the way now.
No, I guess we probably expected that as Beck gets the handy promotion. We probably expected that, didn't we? A 3-4 shot difference at most.
Yes.
Once again, Beck holds the advantage in this northerly direction, so she's really enjoying playing up this way. And the sun's just coming out a little bit brighter now, so...
Nice speed again. If she can just slide on past, it's a good result.
Get around it, not quite. Good shot.
Even just a little complimentary acknowledgement from Beck to Kristina there. So well played. Knows that she wasn't all that far away from changing the count.
This has got a bit of value. I think Beck was just trying to lift her own bowl or trail the jack away, play sort of Kristina's shot first, Jack, but she's just missed wide, but it's gone to a very good home down near the tee, which will start you know, Kristina will start thinking about what weight to play here.
You can see there, it's just taking a few extra moments on the mat. Having a good think about this now. A 24-year-old from the Manning Bowls Club in WA.
Well, she's chasing it, and that's always a very good display that you must think it's got to hurry. A little further. Another good bowl in the head, so...
It's not that far away.
She would have loved that bowl past the jack, knowing that that bowl of Beck's was getting lonely, but I think she needs to play it first here. I think she needs to trail or sit her own bowl. Try and change this head up.
Very close as well. Just needs to drop hard now. Oh, that's a good one. Was a real chance for Kristina here. A metre of weight. Jack around the corner. Happy days.
One more metre of weight, and Kristina Krstic could actually trail this jack for at least 3, if not 4 here, if she does get the jack in the right position.
It's a tough shot. That's there if she's good enough.
Had a good look with her third jack, just slightly under the weight, but sensing some correction here. Big moment in this match.
Big moment in this young lady's life today.
She's playing nice and positive, looking to actually punt the bowl out of the head. It's not bending back though, unfortunately.
She's going to miss, not by a great deal.
It's a good positive attempt. Well, now not a lot of danger for Beck here to draw up there with a little bit of confidence, land on something.
I actually like that aggression from Kristina. The wind's just got up a little bit to try and trail that jack a foot or two very hard, but to sit that bowl, that was probably more the percentage. But we're looking at 5 bowls inside 2 feet. High quality match.
Beck's really got the scoreboard ticking over when playing in this direction.
Can she get there, Jack?
She's edging
She's trying.
up there. Up she comes.
Wow.
Little fist pump from Beck too. She enjoyed that.
She's done it again.
Confirmation of 2 shots. That is 9 shots in 3 ends playing in that direction. 2 more to the scoreboard. And Rebecca Van Asch leads 11-8 in the women's singles final. What a terrific setting it is, the Broadbeach Bowls Club. A hive of activity, as always, with 2 days remaining in the Australian Open for 2018. Disciplines playing all across the greens, but all eyes firmly focused on the women's singles final. Rebecca Van Asch leading by 3 shots over Kristina Krstic. We're midway through end number 11. And it's Kristina's turn to pepper away at the jack.
Pretty much every bowl already, nearly right down the centre of the line. Players not having any trouble with their line. Beck just needs to fold her own bowl in for shot here, or turn in for the jack. Is it there?
Track's perfect.
Even just a promotion forward of her own bowl would help. She's not too far away. Some players like to set little mini goals, don't they, in singles play? Just because you're out there on your own, you need things to keep the concentration levels up. I imagine, Barry, there's quite a few that would tick off first into double figures and think, okay, that's a little mini win for me there. First one to 10 or 11.
Yeah, no doubt, Jack. Yeah, you set some mini goals, and if the scoreboard's not going away, sometimes some players like to
great shot, Kristina.
Great shot, Kristina Krstic there. Pick out a number and say, well, I'll just try and get to 8 or 10 or 15 and go from there. But the fact that Beck's got to double figures is a good confidence booster, but all of a sudden, she is laying 2 shots down. A tricky little head. Forehand with weight. Looking for the jack here, I feel.
Swing it through the port. Well, she's watching it.
She's brought a little something extra to the table.
Not far away.
Oh, she's very close.
Removed her own.
Misses that one. She's right on the money. I wonder if Kristina will stay on this forehand now, or the backhand's a safer option.
She's got 1 bowl to come. What would you be suggesting here, Glass?
No, I think I'd go backhand. I think she's only just got to overplay it marginally on the forehand, and she could potentially give the jack or give the shot away or lessen her count. Very hard to get the jack on the backhand. Backhand it is, safer option.
A brief pause and then into it.
when will we see one of these players win 2 ends in a row? It's quite interesting to see.
It's funny you say that, Snelly, but I was just thinking the fact that this next end is huge, really, because Kristina has been struggling a little bit, or more to the point, Beck's been absolutely smoking it going north, which we're about to see. So if Kristina could break that momentum, that might be the telling point.
Both players, in many ways, are dividing this game in two. Kristina dominating, playing in the direction we've just seen, and Beck starring, coming the other way. And there's Kristina with that beautiful third shot, just to put herself in the box seat. So she's tried everything, Barry, as far as jack lengths and mat lengths. Kristina's tried everything to try and stop the flow when it comes to playing on this end.
I do like this jack. Kristina, three out of her 4 deliveries going this direction 2 ends ago were really good, and they were good weight, and they were in the area. It was a good quality head, but Beck drew another to count for make 2. But Kristina's got off to a nice start here again. I think she does seem a little bit more comfortable with the jack.
That'll help.
I think around that sort of 33, 32 metre length.
The only other option potentially, and this is a wonderful start, would be to bring the mat right up, I think, and really try and mix it up. But she mightn't have to revert to that if the first bowl's any indication, but don't look now.
Oh, here comes Beck.
She's trying hard. That's a lovely reply.
That's as good a second shot as you could possibly hope for.
Absolute full house here today. Perfect conditions. It's good to see people in the crowd from all around Australia and overseas. We've got people from Canada and Hong Kong and you name it, all over Australia and New Zealand. Kristina Krstic is feeling at home at this length. Just needs
absolute quality, isn't it?
First 2, spot on. This could be the end that could break the flow a little bit. Could be a bit of a game changer if Kristina can draw a multiple in this direction.
Here we go, big weight.
She's lining up the target.
She's got a very good hit on it. She likes it.
She's still looking at it.
Just misses.
Oh boy, nothing in it. Even Kristina had almost a pale look on her face.
Millimetres in that one.
I was wondering when Beck was going to bring out one of those ones, the big ones. So I don't think she can get away with doing it again. I think she needs something on the green.
I think Kristina's got to go to the tee here.
Well, I think having just seen that and knowing that
straight back to the tee.
Beck's got 2 to come.
Bit of insurance.
It's important to get it right near the tee too. Quite often the jack will kill. The respot is vulnerable. That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, should be happy with that. Yeah. Now.
It's good thinking.
Should she go again or not?
I think she does. One more time. She has got last bowl, Beck Van Asch.
She's going again.
So close with her previous attempt. Forehand. Big drive.
Close. No.
That didn't seem to get out as clean.
It was higher on the line.
Yeah.
Well.
The only good thing really Beck's got going for her here is the fact that Kristina only has 6 or 7 inches of room for another one unless she elects to try and sit Beck's bowl. But the way Kristina's drawing on her forehand in this direction, she quite possibly could make 3 out of this. As we see some of our Hong Kong friends sitting just in front of the commentary box here. Jackie Wong.
What a character Jackie's been over the years.
He's the best.
Looks after, when we go to Hong Kong for anything, he's the first to look after us. The host with the most.
Kristina holding 2 shots.
Oh, she's going deep again. Not a bad option. Certainly gives Beck something to think about.
So she's gone to the tee, and now she's headed a little bit closer to the ditch this time around.
I think she's got to draw it on the backhand.
Yeah, I think there's a fair
She's
bit of
just gotta
medicine.
Flat draw it.
I think there's a fair bit of medicine need to be taken here.
It's where a third bowl might have been better, just playing a yard on the forehand, give us something if she misses, something to play to, but it's easy said and done now, isn't it? So.
And the beauty of these greens are that you can play these shots with some element of confidence. Yes, okay, there's not much room to draw a shot or try and get the shot on this end, but because the greens are so good, there's nice turn, you can try and draw these shots.
This will take one of her best.
It certainly will.
Two-time Commonwealth Games gold medalist.
Well, this is interesting. She's actually playing the forehand.
Needs to be very careful, doesn't want to spring the jack.
And it won't take much to spring the jack on this hand either.
Best results falling off her own bowl. Looks to be under the line though.
Yeah.
She had to be very careful. She was walking the tightrope with that last shot.
Very good try.
It's a great effort.
Good. Yeah.
Not close enough. A multiple for Kristina Krstic. And she breaks the cycle for Rebecca Van Asch playing in that direction. And she takes the lead back, 12-11.
They're both going to England next week. Should we ensure they sit beside one another after this match or not for 24 hours?
I don't know if they'll be sitting as high up in the plane as you, Glass, but I'm sure you could manage something for them.
Oh, you're a funny man, buddy. You're a funny man.
Why don't you see if the hostesses will bring them a drink or something, Glass, from where you're sitting to where they're sitting?
Is that a free water?
You're correct, yeah. Your shout, yeah.
Yeah. What a guy, eh?
So I guess the other important thing for Kristina here is that she's taken 4 shots from the last 2 ends. So she's turned a deficit into a lead.
And broken that momentum heading north, which has been Beck's favourite.
In this first to 21 race.
Glass, how important are those first 2 bowls that we see Kristina there pick up 2? It was the first 2 deliveries in singles. How important are they?
They're critical. There's no doubt about it. It's very rare that you win singles, and again, a very good opening. Very rare, unless you scrap unbelievably well, or your opponent's a little bit off, that you'll win it with your 3rd or 4th bowl. So, it's, and it's easy just to get on the mat and think, well, it's first bowl, I've got 3 left, hey, I'll just cruise into this. But it's so vital if you can nail that first one and keep doing it. That's the key.
Yeah, nice reply from Beck Van Asch.
It's good bowling, isn't it? Both playing very well.
I think it's about 85 to 90% of the deliveries, especially in this direction, have been on this side of the rink. I'm not sure potentially why that is, but both players must have found it kinder in the roll-up, or just previous years playing on this green must just find the beach side a little bit kinder.
It's interesting when they have changed over, though. They've played good shots too, so great weight again.
So Beck will be looking to score here after dropping the last 2 ends. Nice start with her first. Nice head to play to as well here. Either pick up the jack or just turn Kristina's bowl. She's played it well.
Well, she's going to be a little unlucky, I think. It's almost perfect, but...
It's another one of those shots where a couple of centimetres in it at most.
Plenty of good players in the stands here today watching too that have featured in this event. Obviously Barry Lester to my immediate left, but see Sammy Shanahan, Lindsay Clark, Dane McKinnon, just to name a few. Shane Fordham, just retired from playing for Victoria. 149 tests, I think. Is that right, Baz, for Victoria? Have I got close? Is that right? 149?
I think it was 49.
Oh, 49, was it?
So no, just 100 off Glass.
99.
Yeah, 99.
Actually,
99 tests.
He's hung up the boots on 99, so he'll be sniffing around in future events to see if anyone's sick or can't make it.
I can't believe you said that was 98 tests too many earlier, Baz, when we were talking about it. But
Beck approaching.
Oh, she's unlucky.
Well, she needs to stay on though, Beck. It's important she stays on down there.
That was stiff. So she's had 2 really good shots this end for no result. So, and possibly couldn't have played them much better. Now, see Kristina taking her time here.
She's having a good think about this. She's had success on the Gold Coast last year. Won a silver medal in the multi-nations event as part of the fours combination. And she's just going to come down for an extra look.
It's our first visit today, Jack. Our first visit.
Yes.
I can't think of a player that's actually taken upon themselves to actually go up and visit their head yet. They might have stayed back or you know, had a good look at the head, but our first visit, and we're well and truly into this game. And Glacier spoke about some players that played in this event. We look at right across from the commentary box to see John and Anne-Marie Siteman. They come over from Canada every year.
I love it,
and play in the Australian Open, all the way from Nova Scotia.
I love it. I'm just going to go back to this shot here for a moment, if I may. It's a tough one what to do because Beck has 2 seconds. So potentially she can sit the bowl for 2 or sit and stay for 3, or basically trail the jack deep for 3. So Kristina's had to make I suppose a guesstimate as to which is the best percentage option, and that's a pretty good choice. That's probably would have the spot. It splits up the 2 back bowls, so now it's just from Kristina's point of view, it's probably just a hope and a prayer that while she knows Beck's going to be in the area, whether or not she gets it or not. So, and of course Beck's now got to pick what sort of weight she's going to play at this, whether it's a firmer weight.
What are the risks if she is to play with?
Well, if she plays bigger
more weight,
she can potentially rip both her own bowls out. So that's risk number 1, and that's a big one, isn't it? Really. So for my liking, I think it's more of a, you know, a metre or 2, land the bowl, potentially could stay. She is only 1 down by the looks of things. So, but Beck does err on more rather than less generally too. So.
Yeah, that's the biggest drama here. Beck getting both of her bowls. You know, only has to be a bowl offline.
Well, she's
playing solid. Well, she's tight, so
played with additional weight.
Oh well, it was all happening. It's like a
game of
pinball machine. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, a little bit fortunate in the end there, Beck, but could have nearly got bowl for. She did actually hit her front bowl in the end, but as we see, Kristina Krstic's picked up 1 shot here. Well, I think it's 1.
Just waiting for Beck to come down and check it out. And when the dust settles, Kristina Krstic adds 1 more to the tally. And she extends her lead to 2 shots in the women's singles final. 13 ends played. Kristina Krstic leading 13-11. A beautiful afternoon for action at the Broadbeach Bowls Club. Matches going on right across the day in various disciplines. The women's singles final is absolutely neck and neck at the moment. 2-shot lead to Kristina Krstic. We're midway through end number 14.
A fabulous start to this end again. Kristina drawing 2 absolute rippers first up. Beck playing a phenomenal little trail shot to take it away. So tit for tat.
Yeah, Beck's done that a couple of times on the forehand in this direction, just trailing the jack away from Kristina's first 2 bowls. But I think she'll stick to the forehand again here and try and add another one. Both players well and truly into their grooves at the moment.
Yeah, we're seeing the very, very best from both.
They're both looking pretty comfortable out there, aren't they? If comfortable is the right word, but only just out of the count.
Kristina just asking for some confirmation of whether she's 1 down or 1 up. She's down 1 at present.
Okay, interesting selection here. Doesn't want to, well, she's going big weight. Looking for the bowl. Beck van Asch.
Likes it.
Bowl's clean.
Got it.
She's done it.
Well played. Well played.
What a positive shot selection that is. Little bit of danger if she had a caught Beck's front bowl through her own, but that is a sign of a lot of confidence from Kristina.
Smack bang on target. Now Beck's having a big crack here too.
Looking to replace her last bowl that got removed.
Well played, girl.
Too good.
That's fabulous.
A class
really
player
shot.
like Beck van Asch. She had too much room there. And she makes full use of it.
I love that sign of confidence there, Glass, from Kristina, just to be able to step up onto the mat. She asked the question, am I 1 down? Yes, bang, got the bowl clean. Really good sign of confidence there.
It's easy to talk pre-match, isn't it, about the fact that you've got these 2 exceptional players and what a game it's going to be, but then you hope that the entertainment's going to be there, that that all your dreams come to fruition, and it is. It actually is. They've come out here, they're in a good place, and they're playing very well on what is an exceptional green and showing everybody just how it's done. So,
and the mat coming right up here, Baz.
Well, I did not see this coming.
No.
Beck's last few ends, she's played pretty well. She's definitely hasn't done anything wrong. You know, Kristina's played some big shots, but
what this says to me is she's prepared to attack this win. You know, she's not just going to keep chipping away. She's prepared to have a go and see if something.
She'll tell you she's been practicing that, Beck.
She will too.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I'm with you, Glass. It's a sign that she's saying, well, I'm going after this game now.
Yep.
That's it. I'm going to play a length that I'm pretty happy to play. If you want it, you got to come with me.
And my guess is that it's one that Kristina wouldn't have planned for.
Possibly not.
So Kristina Krstic on the backhand. Just resetting her routine. A little bit of sweaty palm there.
That's good.
$250,000 of prize money up for grabs. $10,000 for the winner in the singles discipline. $5,000 for the runner-up.
Just sliding past. So that's a little win for Beck Van Asch. She's allowed Kristina a couple of feet of room, and the fact that Beck still won the first bowl competition. Just going sliding past this one though. I think we could expect that, Glass. Just a new length,
Absolutely.
both players just trying to find their way.
Absolutely, and the green running so freely, and the touch is just so delicate. So most people would have probably just gone straight in the ditch with their bowl. So I certainly would have.
So Kristina's previous delivery right on line, just looking to take a yard of weight off here.
Pretty good.
Yeah, nice correction. Lovely seeing a bowl run on like that. Beautiful greens, great conditions here today.
Nice arc about it. Opens up the door to play a whole range of shots, doesn't it? Get the full ensemble.
Yep. And we've seen that from both players.
Well, certainly advantage Kristina at this stage. This tactical move by Rebecca Van Asch.
That one is out of play.
Kristina should be looking to just either protect her shot bowl or really shut this hand down and draw a front toucher or something right on the jack.
Basically nailed it too.
And that's a great shot. So she's got one either side of the line now, which really makes Beck be really weight critical here. Okay. Back on the draw here. She's got a couple of options. Trail the jack or sit the bowl.
In the general area.
She's
going
close
to get connection
here.
now. What's she going to do with it? It's through the hole.
And
got one
shot.
there. And a little smile. She knows it was a little bit fortunate. But she was certainly very close anyway, so.
Very, very interesting head we've got here with Kristina only one down, but has two on the tee and some bowls to work with. Kristina wouldn't want to be losing any more than a one here, I wouldn't have thought, but Beck's wing bowl is creating an option to potentially kill this end and pick up two on the respot. Will she look at it? Forehand with weight. Or backhand promote her own through the jack. Backhand it is.
She's going pretty solid, I think.
I think there's going to be some weight.
Looking to kill this end
Oh,
or
watching
bowl
it.
through jack.
Oh,
Wow.
A bit of carnage.
Well,
She
she's got the
holds
result.
one shot.
That happened very fast. in the area, though, we've got to give credit to Kristina there. She was right in the air. I think she's just looking to kill the end there. I wasn't quite up to speed with the shot selection, but...
Fortune favours the Brave. 14-12.
You're generally going to get results when you're in the area like that. Probably an inch off exactly what she was going for.
Bowls in the head.
That's right.
Plenty in the head, so the degree of difficulty wasn't too bad. Now, here's some good mateship. Look, she's just having a bit of difficulty with something there.
Isn't that nice?
And 𝘱𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺's teammate helping her out.
We could not have asked for a better situation. 15 ends played for it to be 14-12. So high scoring and very little separating the two.
The one of the things I used to always look at in a 21-up game was maybe getting to 17. Getting on that springboard, you're obviously a chance. And it can change the way you strategize your game, the way you go about playing it. So Kristina's zeroing in on that at this stage, with Beck right on her tail, of course.
Momentum can swing so wildly in singles play.
So jack length about 32 metres here.
The big difference too has been the fact that Kristina's now won a couple of ends heading north, heading in this direction.
Well, she's won 4 of the last 5 ends.
On a roll. Pardon the pun.
I see what you did there.
Just sort of slipped, just came out and you know I'd done it.
You've used that before.
Kristina Krstic's first bowl is around about 16 to 18 inches away from the jack. And Beck van Asch, not much room, but she's trying hard here. Is it going to get there? Just under the line. As the sun just disappears behind the clouds as the clouds roll in.
Still a beautiful afternoon. Nice comfortable conditions for the players too, Barry. Not too hot, not too humid.
Yeah, spot on, Jack. Which is good for the green too. If the weather conditions aren't changing too much, keeps the speed in this green. Might see a switch of hands here for Beck. Kristina just putting that in her eye. Hasn't been many bowls played in this direction on this particular hand. And Beck's definitely got her line sorted out there, just falling short a couple of feet. And that can be the slight drama of switching hands a fair bit. Just resetting everything every time you get on the mat.
One shot to Kristina currently. From a technical standpoint, Barry, you do a lot of coaching. How do you analyse Kristina's stride and her delivery?
Very balanced. Kristina's quite upright when she delivers the bowl, which is really good. I know Kristina works on her fitness a lot. Great shot there.
Working on the draw shots too, by the look of it.
Yeah.
That's very, very impressive.
And yeah, well balanced. And yeah, just a beautiful technique. Both players get their bowl away so smooth. I actually overheard Alex Marshall talking to someone the other day about what are the secrets of key components of being a good bowler, and he said getting the bowl away really nice and smooth, and both players doing that out on this rink today.
Well, that helps Beck's cause a little bit. I'm not sure if it's enough for second, no. But it does give her an option now of playing weight, depending where Kristina puts this one, so.
Yes, interesting position Kristina's in here, holding a really good 2, but there is a shot on for Beck to maybe take those bowls out. So does she try and get back to the tee?
Just asking a couple of questions of Joan Prosser, our marker. Does she attack or defend?
I think if I was Kristina, I'd be trying to get past here. I think there's every chance the jack doesn't have to be a long way past.
She's selected the forehand.
She's trying to draw one. Not a bad option either, and she's played it very well.
Yeah.
That's a fabulous shot. Well played.
She's loaded the count up.
Well, I think they might even all go those bowls. I think this might be a big moment in this match if Beck can either get the jack in the ditch or if she gets the split, gets shot bowl and second shot, which may remove the third shot.
She really has to make this shot count, Rebecca Van Asch. Otherwise, that mini target of 17, Kristina Krstic will be there first. So she plays.
She likes
some
it.
additional
She
weight.
likes it.
She's met a bit of congestion on the way through, has taken one out of the count.
Close for the second. Once again, in that area, just looking for a result. Pretty well played, reducing it.
Wasn't happy with herself for missing that, but Oldham has turned out pretty good. She's just going to drop the one, I think.
To come away with that with just one shot down is good scramble from Beck.
Well,
You can measure. I think it's 2
I may owe you an apology here.
Felt like 2, did it?
I don't know.
Close. Don't know. Umpire.
So we head to the umpire. Our umpire's having a closer look. A little inspection. And as this is all playing out, and first time we've had a pause in the match, we can have a chat to Kristina Krstic. Chrissy, those nerves settled pretty quickly today. You must have been pretty happy with that.
I'm still pretty nervous. No, not as bad as I was in the first few ends, kind of settled into it now. But yeah, still a bit nervous.
Kristina, the green, we've heard it's for about 16 seconds. How does it feel out there? You know, obviously it's quick, but you feel like you can just play consistent bowls even though it's a little bit breezy and the green's quite free out there?
Yeah, it's running absolutely beautifully. It's really true. Yeah. Yeah, so...
Two shots to you, well done.
Very, very clever, yeah, thumbs up. Good job, good job.
Race to 21 shots.
How's the wind? It seems as it's just picked up a little bit more in the last 20 minutes as well. Looks like we've just got a couple of problems with Chrissy's earpiece there. So we'll get back to her very shortly. 16-12 after 16 ends in the women's singles final. There's a couple of the highlights that we've seen in this match so far. This is from the last end. That gave Kristina 3 shots, which came down to 2 after that. And I guess from the perspective, we say that 17's that magical number, and to get there first, as you say, Glass, puts you within an opportunity to win the match. But also a 4-shot deficit at this point in the match is a very handy buffer to have.
It is, isn't it? Especially taking into account how close this contest has been so far. So, look, what I will say is Beck is one of the grittiest, toughest, most stubborn, if I may put it that way, competitors who get, and that's a compliment. So she's certainly not going to go away here, and she will fight right to the very end, and it's a great attribute that she has. So this game's still very much wide open, but as you so correctly point out, it's advantage Kristina at the moment. And we'll just see how those nerves pan out too, because sometimes you've actually got to make sure that you stay in the zone, don't get carried away with the thoughts of winning it.
Look at that. Doesn't that just make you want to go and have a little swim or a little surf or something like that? Beautiful conditions.
Baz, now I've heard some rumours. Do you have a pair of budgies for every day of the week? Up here? What's the story? I know you've got some.
No, but I'm very fortunate. The accommodation up here, beautiful indoor heated pool, as well as I've been in the beach once. But yeah, I've got a few different uniform selections.
What a revelation this is!
Yeah, but haven't been able to get a real good tan while I've been up here, unfortunately.
Is it shop shut?
No, just
Has it closed?
I've worked on the arms and
team.
legs, but yeah, haven't had a chance to get the shirt off down the beach. But it's lovely.
So with a break in play, with Rebecca Van Asch just having a quick comfort stop, we'll take a brief break as well. 16-12 after 16 ends in the women's final. It's Kristina Krstic with the advantage. Plays back underway in the women's singles final between Rebecca Van Asch and Kristina Krstic. And it is Kristina in the blue who leads by 4 shots.
They've continued where they left off really last end. Kristina nailed it. Beck drew it off. Good stuff again, and Kristina's very close once again. Fellas, just going to give a little shout out, if you don't mind, to a very dear friend of all of ours, 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺, our Jackaroos team manager down there in South Australia. Bit of a battle on our hands at the moment health-wise, so Fazy, we are thinking of you. You know we love and admire you, and all our thoughts and best wishes and prayers are with you. So, and I hope you're getting a chance to maybe have a look at the bowls, and you'll be enjoying this display that 2 of your mates here are putting on, because they're playing fantastically well. So, best wishes, of course.
Here, absolutely. And if we know Dalsey, she'll be watching somewhere.
Absolutely.
She'll have found a TV.
Absolutely.
She'd be very proud of one of her young proteges in Kristina Krstic. She's done a lot of work with the next batch of boom youngsters coming through. Kristina's one of them.
I'll tell you what, if she was here, she'd probably be running out down the sideline, giving them water, giving them nutrition, cheering and encouraging them. No doubt about it.
Yeah, the container of sandwiches and snacks and fruit. And yeah, we were all missing you and thinking of you, Dalsey. Beck Van Asch just switching to the forehand here. A couple of opportunities just to spring Kristina's shot bowl out of the head, or try and pick up the jack. Not a mile away. A couple of options here for her.
She wouldn't mind taking the jack. Yep.
Well
played.
Yeah, Beck's not happy. The jack did run away a bit there, but let's put the pressure back on Kristina.
Well, it's a new line out there. They haven't been out there, and sometimes, just sometimes, some funny things can happen when you get out there towards the edge of the ring. So you never know. So this will be a test, and then of course, even if Kristina does draw it, there's every chance with 2 seconds. Beck's got an attacking shot as an option, so we'll see.
Okay, so new area, jack offline. Jack's about 4 or 5 feet off the centre line. Out in new territory, and Kristina looks to be all over this from here.
Wonderful adjustment. Look at this.
That is a good shot, isn't it?
As you rightly pointed out, Barry, it's a brand new shot. And to be able to do that, that's class.
That is quality, there's no doubt about that. The option for Becky's attack. She wants to catch half the bowl and put the bowl out of bounds with the jack staying in. Does that make sense? I know what I'm trying to say.
And one thing I absolutely love, Glass, about the TV rink being where it is on this green, we're nowhere near any ditches. You could see the green, the bowl just come back nice and true there. We're not near any ditches. What a great job the event staff has done, putting these TV games away from anywhere near some ditches.
Here we go. Forehand attack. A little bit of bowl out of bounds, jack into the ditch.
She's winding up.
Well, she doesn't. Well, it's almost as if she slipped then. Well, she's got it. Now,
Gee,
hang on.
well, she needs that bowl to go out of bounds. Has she done it?
I think that might have gone out of...
Oh, it's just stayed in, I think. She wasn't happy because it was almost as if, well, she slipped on the mat. The mat slipped or a foot slipped. And I think she's going to be robbed of a shot or 2 here. I think
Kristina's orange bowl has stayed just inside the peg. You can just see on the bottom left-hand corner there's the orange mark, and there's Kristina's orange bowl. Maybe, just maybe, luck shining down on the WA native.
Well, you need the bounce of the ball sometimes, and it was a good strike, good hit by Beck, and particularly accounting for the fact that she had a bit of a slip whilst delivering it with heat too. So she's even just having a bit of a stretch down there at the moment, so hopefully she hasn't torn or pulled anything.
Yeah.
The bounce going to Kristina, another one, and she is now, well, potentially a chance of taking out the match, the championship, and that big, fat, beautiful check.
Nice $10,000 to take to the UK on Tuesday. It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you got to watch those luggage allowances though. They seem to sting you on those trips. Kristina will be out and Beck doing some shopping.
Harrods, here we come.
Yeah, we do see that a little bit in the game, and you know, it doesn't matter who manufactures them. Mats slipping around is part of the game, and you just got to try and adjust and move on, and I'm sure Beck will. But
so
Kristina's front end pressure's been really good the last 6 ends.
It sure has, and there's no sympathy from Kristina, is there? She's straight back on the game again. So.
She's done such a wonderful job, Glass, of making bowl number 1 and 2 count.
Oh, I'm very impressed. Very impressed with both of them. Now, you just see Beck there, she's just flinching a little bit. So I'm just wondering if she has actually maybe torn or pulled something there just in the slip. You know how easy it happens.
Gee, you'd hope not.
You step off a gutter the wrong way, whatever the case may be.
Just pulled up a little ginger. Amazing result in the end, though. Nearly back cutting a bowl from one side of the rink to the other, out of bounds. You very rarely see that, and nearly scoring 2 shots out of it. So Beck might have slipped on the mat, but the result was nearly there. Fair attempt.
This is going to test her resolve now. She has pulled up a little bit. The frustration of the slip, the frustration of the result. Psychologically, what does that do to her?
Beautiful release of the bowl. Beck Van Asch, lovely forehand delivery. Just looking to take a yard of weight off here. She's in the area. Just sliding past.
And that has happened a couple of times in this match. Playing good shots, but just getting the little lagging hole there. If I was Kristina, I'd be on the backhand for sure here. Beat that bowl on the backhand.
From a mindset perspective, you're within 4 shots. She could potentially win at this end, Kristina, if she's good enough. How important is it just to slow yourself down and not race too far ahead?
Yeah, well, everyone's different, but you know, I think if you're in a position to win the game, you've got to go for it. But Glass is 100% right. In doing that, you've still got to protect little dangers. The last thing Kristina would want to see is Beck come down and trail this jack for 3 on the forehand. So she can almost count and cover here, Kristina, if she gets to Beck's back bowl, which she's trying hard to do. She might have nearly drawn another one, though.
Fell in, could be.
It is
3.
3.
Okay. Questions being asked.
Ooh.
I've got to say, don't think the game deserves this to finish here. It's been too good.
Sort of don't want it to end this game.
Oh, that's what I mean. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Beck's right in the area again here. She needs to land something. She needs to sit on a bowl.
Pace on it. Well, she's going to land the bowl here, I think. Well, that's
excellent.
That's quite okay. That's quite okay. She gave it a chance. She had to. Nothing for short.
3 down becomes 1 up.
Meter of weight in the backhand, Baz?
Yeah, I think so.
Edge off a wing bowl, maybe promote her own bowl, or just a dead draw on the forehand.
Lovely to see last year's winner sitting in the crowd, Alan Ryan, supporting her Australian Jackaroo teammates.
And her bestie, Kristina Krstic. They're closer than a lot of sisters, those two.
They are.
Despite the fact they live over different sides of the country.
And they do the funniest stuff together. I believe the other night they were somewhere. It was Kristina's birthday while the event was on, so they did the scene from, I think it's called Dirty Dancing, where Patrick Swayze lifted, I can't remember the actress's name now, up over his head, so they were doing this sort of stuff in public, just funny girls on the backhand.
Trying to promote one of her bowls through the shot bowl or jack.
Little edge off a wing bowl. Oh, it was a magnificent attempt.
Great chance for Beck now.
16 inches, I reckon, of room here to try and draw another one. Looks to be lagging a touch. Right on track, though. Well, what will we see here? Maybe a new length, or...
Tried the mat up, didn't she? So maybe dish to ditch.
Potentially.
17 shots to 13.
She was playing well on those sort of 3/4 longer lengths earlier, so she pulled the Plan B card and brought the mat up, which didn't really work for us. So
kicking the bowls back. We're going to see. I think we're going to see long here, Glass.
And importantly, for Rebecca Van Asch, broke just a little mini wave that Kristina had won the last 3 ends. First to 21 format that we play in singles. Each player has 4 bowls to try and make them count. Rebecca Van Asch, just a couple of short months ago at the Commonwealth Games, won not 1 but 2 gold medals in the fours discipline, teaming up with 𝘗𝘳𝘰𝘶𝘥𝘭𝘺, Carla Krstic and Natasha Scott, and then successful in the triples as well with Carla and Natasha.
very greedy.
Why not win 1, Glass, when you can win 2?
Exactly. No arguments from me.
Just have a look there in the background. Beck stretching.
Yeah. She was doing
a
it last,
hamstring.
Yeah, was doing it last end too, so.
Our high performance manager, Peter Brown, will be pretty happy with that, to be fair, seeing Beck do her stretches. Because that's what it's about. It's about player management. It's about looking after your body during games, before and after games, recovery.
What about that for an opener from Kristina?
She's done it again, hasn't she? And this has been probably the difference. Her first bowl for the last 45 minutes.
Beck just sticking to the backhand, not wanting to start fresh on a forehand. Try and get something around that shot bowl. It's got a little bit of speed on it. Needs some connection here.
Close to it. Got a bit of it. Well, that opens it up a little bit. The same bowl now, she'd get a result. Kristina's going to have a say in this too, though, with this next one. So.
This is why the Australian Open is the world's biggest lawn bowls event. Beautiful greens like this, sunshine, quality players, people from all around the world choosing to come and play in it. Kristina, a lot of value there. 2 down near the ditch.
It's a big game of chess, isn't it?
Yeah. Does Beck try and get another one close, or still continue with that little 2 or 3 feet away, looking to trail or land the bowl? I think over this distance, it's probably the percentages. Not far away.
Tell you what, Baz, this is very close again here. Barry.
Beck Van Asch.
What a shot.
Wow.
What a shot.
That is top quality. That is straight off the top shelf, that bowl. Beck Van Asch 1 down to 2 up.
Even just a little nod there from Kristina. Good shot.
It's a game changer, isn't it, now?
Big time. This is such an important end for Beck.
Good idea. She's attacking this straight away. She's, well, no, it's just getting away, I think. Oh, that's a good sider, though, for next.
Didn't miss by a lot.
Got another one to come, so that gives her something to work from.
The previous delivery of Beck Van Asch is what Glass was just saying, that gritty, that self-belief, experienced player that she is. That shot was just routine experience. It was just, I can do this. Stepped on the mat and played a big one when it mattered.
Especially full length.
Yeah.
A little bit of breeze, full length. Never looked like missing it.
I don't think she'll be short here. Not a lot. Good opportunity just to land her own bowl or put the jack in the ditch.
Playing exactly that. Tell you what. Oh, she's unlucky there.
Oh, now that's opened the door a little bit for Kristina.
That is stiff. Maybe if I had to be critical, maybe a touch quick, but gee, that's been really tough on her.
A lot of good intentions from Beck there.
Absolutely.
Jack in the ditch, play it first. You're potentially holding a 3, and she's peeled one of her own bowls out clean. So.
Yeah. Kristina again. Well, she's wider. No, still getting away on her, or didn't come back this time, rather.
No, that stayed out there.
Well, it was one of the best bowls we've seen this match, Beck Van Asch, to trail off a side resting touch over that length. Probably deserved to get the one that end.
And she's managed to work the deficit back to 3 shots. 17-14 after 19 ends in the women's singles final. The Gold Coast once again playing host to the Australian Open. And we are just about as close as you could possibly ask for after 19 ends in the women's singles final. 3 shots the difference between Rebecca Van Asch and Kristina Krstic. And a bit of confidence now for the Tasmanian on your screen in the yellow, Beck Van Asch. She's won the last 2 ends and is starting to pose a few questions back of her Western Australian opponent.
She's as tough as nails, Beck, isn't she? She just will not go away. This is fabulous bowling. Now, she doesn't want to be too good here, and that's fantastic. And a rare loose two from Kristina to open the end. Now, dish to ditch this way, they haven't played that for, well, they might have played it early on, did they, Baz?
I think it's actually the first actual ditch-to-ditch length of the match, but there definitely hasn't been one this direction all match. So, you know, Beck's rolled the jack to a length that she's feeling comfortable with, and, you know, it might prove very, very vital. Kristina having to switch to her backhand now and try and get something close after 2 attempts on her forehand.
Taking your time, which is good. Nice, big, deep breath.
It's just getting to the stage, Glass, where you can start to think about, you know, I need 4 more or I need 3 more and so on, and I'm in a good position. You start maybe thinking about the potential result.
You've still got to be very patient, haven't you?
Yes.
So, well, Beck's going to be drawing for 4 here. Kristina will have a bowl left, but this is a big, big moment.
Gee.
Stating the obvious, I know, but this is huge.
It's, okay, there's a bit of room to make 4, but once again, don't want to make it look any worse than what it is. You don't want to put something next to the jack, create an aggressive shot for Kristina. I think Beck would, at the end of the day, love to see Kristina stay on the draw here. So decisions. Maybe Beck might try and trail it around the corner and make it even harder again.
I think Beck's got to switch to the backhand here as well, hasn't she? She doesn't want to promote it. It's not too risky, the forehand, but for me, maybe a change to the backhand.
All these decisions.
No, she's going to stick with the forehand. Well, she's played 3 good ones. I can't say I blame her.
Well, she's got the chance to really maximise it.
So the drama here is Beck doesn't want to make this head more attacking.
She's very good. She just needs a clear run now.
Well, it's still close for 3. It's good weight. If she was around Kristina, she would have been quite happy there.
Round or under, she was all over it, wasn't she? So
these jack-high bowls can come back and really bite you on the backside. If Beck had to draw a side toucher or something jack-high on her backhand there, would have left the door right open for Kristina to play a weighted shot. So hence the reason she stuck to the forehand. Kristina Krstic's got about 2 feet of room to try and reduce this back to 1.
nice big deep breath.
She's been very good at that.
Yeah, it's something she's worked very hard on. She's doing exceptionally well with it too. Right, backhand close as she possibly can here. She's had 1 go at it, gave her a look at it. Well, she's opted to go big.
Looking to reduce the count here.
A little surprised, but it's not a bad option. She's very close. Oh, just wide.
Oh, missing out. She knows that was a big miss too. This game has flipped on its head again.
This is fabulous, 17 all.
Isn't this
The game goes on.
fantastic?
Yeah, we said earlier, didn't we, Jack? We both sort of agreed it would come down to a couple of shots, and here we are, both players within sort of 3 or 4 shots of strike range.
Back to level. First to 21.
Fellas.
And yes, Stephen.
I said it would be a draw. Come on. Really?
So, Beck Van Asch, yes, she does. Long end again.
Well, is it going the whole way?
Just going to pull up slightly short, but
it's near enough, good enough. In that case, that's pretty good.
We've got about 30, pretty much 35 metres of length here. The mat just slightly up from the tee, but this is now where experience really does come into play. Composure. Both players that I can't see them having any coaches where we had, over the years, we've had some players in these sort of examples elect to go and speak to their coaches and so on rinkside. I think Alan Ryan a couple of years ago had Gary Willis, just to, you know, settle the nerves or have someone to talk to. And
both just opting to do it alone. Both now within 4 shots of victory. But if the form guide of this match so far is anything to go by, it won't happen quickly, you wouldn't have thought.
Oh, she's just a touch overdone here.
That's much better though, Kristina. Just giving that bowl a chance and up around the tee, especially over that long length. Beck, since she's had a few stretches, I must admit, she is getting the bowl away really, really nice. And
Brownie will be happy with that, hearing
yeah,
that. Brownie will be very happy with that.
Her last 4 or 5 deliveries have been spot on.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Well, the match is just under 2 hours in duration.
It's almost since that shot where she slipped, didn't happen for her, that she's just gone up another gear again.
Yeah, no doubt, Glass. Yep.
Tenacious player.
She's never out of a contest, is she? 3 ends in a row that she's won. She was staring down the barrel at one point, 17-12 down. She's managed to put the skids on Kristina with the score.
This long length has changed things up a little bit too, these last couple of ends, so.
How good is this game? Right now, Beck Van Asch is potentially drawing for a 3, but Kristina is still looking at an opportunity to make a 3 or a 4 herself. You know, like the game is balancing right on the edge at the moment. You know, with her having those 2 back bowls, she's still right in this end, Kristina.
Oh, not sure if that one will count. So maybe a missed opportunity there for Beck.
Okay, Kristina. Her first 2 deliveries, a pretty good line. Just a small adjustment in weight required here. She's having a good look at this. Oh, looks pretty good to me. Will it run it out?
Just got to run it now, that's all. Certainly going to be a best.
She's pushing, she's searching.
Oh,
she's
Whisker.
not close enough.
Wow, this game is right on the edge. Beck Van Asch can trail this jack about 6 or 8 inches to potentially make a 4 here, but there is risk associated with that. Doesn't want to turn Kristina Krstic's bowl up.
Does she just
lay
up and take the 2, or even just try and turn this into 3?
I think it's just you know, a 3 would be wonderful here. I think to try and play that extra little bit when you've got to go close to the front one.
I love the contrast between you two.
Yeah.
You've got the national coach saying, no, no, and you've got one of the most attacking players in the country saying, no, go for 4.
Yeah.
Oh, attacking with some sensibility too sometimes,
No,
Jack.
correct,
but,
correct.
I don't know. Beck's played 2 really good bowls in that back end, so she sticks to that, but she has to do it with some caution.
$10,000 up for grabs for the winner.
I think it's just a real confident draw shot, and if she happens to touch the jack at all, we'll see what happens.
The body language out of the hand wasn't convincing, I must say, but
she probably needs it to get down now, but
well, there's a good example. She did play it, let's say, conservatively. She pushed it out just a touch higher to ensure the element of risk was eliminated. So,
well, they're actually, Kristina's having a look at that. What it has done, that bowl, though, I reckon it's restricted Kristina maybe picking up a 3 if she trailed the jack back to that sort of peg area. But
well, the marker's almost got 3 yellow battens out, which might suggest that last one's not far off counting.
There's a lot of options here. Kristina's last delivery was only 2 foot short right on the line, so I think she just corrects the weight, nails the jack.
We've had so many of them in this match already. This is another big moment. The count in favour of Rebecca Van Asch.
Well, she's not a mile away here, I'll tell you.
Well.
Look at the line that this is taking.
She's very close here.
She's played this very well.
Look at this for a shot.
Up, and
shot.
there. Sensational.
Well, albeit she's up or down. Well, she's up. What a great shot.
The roller coaster of emotion continues. And Kristina Krstic back in front by 1.
Well, that's a clutch bowl. A minor correction required from her third delivery. Her line gave her confidence, corrected the weight required, and she's happy with that.
She's happy, relieved, excited over the moon.
And straight away brings the mat up and throws a different length. Back to the length where she's really owned, I feel, for the majority of this match. Around that 32, 31 metre mark.
And she's one step closer.
And I'll start coming in here too.
That's very good, very good.
She's obviously holding her emotions quite well to go from a sort of emotional roller coaster that last end into coming out and just drawing a front toucher. Yes.
Standing here almost wetting my pants watching this, and they're out there playing it. There's no other way to put it. It's exciting.
It's quite concerning considering I'm sitting next to you.
Well, there's a groan through the crowd as Bec Van Asch just slides past Kristina Krstic's shot bowl.
I don't think there's any bias from the audience either. I think they're all just really enjoying this. I don't think there's specific favouritism to one or the other. They're both very popular players and characters, so just enjoying this this fabulous entertainment and skill display.
There's been a warm round of applause for both, hasn't there, when there's been a good shot played?
Yeah, no doubt, Jack. The crowd's been great. There's hardly a spare seat in the house. Bec Van Asch looking just to play a little bit of attacking weight here, just to sit the bowl or trail the jack.
Close again.
She's very good.
Close. Anything you can do, I can do better from both players.
Oh, she was so close with her first delivery, Bec Van Asch, just a minor correction required. She played it beautifully. But jack-high bowls, they are there usually to be sat or used. Can Kristina make the most of this position?
Again, she's watching it with interest, needs to hold her line.
Lovely weight.
Well, it's in a good home there too. It's a good position there in the game, as we say.
So Bec Van Asch nearly has to play this shot as though she is down. Just trying to sit her own bowl or take the danger away. Has she reached? Is it going to make it? Bec Van Asch, well, that's a good shot either way. It's made it for third at least.
This is interesting here too. Kristina's only got to be an ounce narrow.
Wow, very, very good option.
Yeah.
Well done, Kristina.
Good thinking, 99.
Yeah, you don't want to be guessing this stage of the match. You don't want to be guessing at any time.
Far too crucial at this point.
There's a pretty tricky little head evolving right now. You know, with Beck's last bowl, only needs to probably fall over, and it's in the count. So very weight-critical shot selection required here from Kristina Krstic. Both hands seem to be available, forehand and backhand, but backhand, she's got two options. You can sit the bowl or draw the shot.
The worrisome thing is if she turns this bowl of Beck's in just a fraction, it's 2, Beck's drawing for 3, so...
Everyone's sitting on the edge of their seats. You could hear a pin drop.
Yep. It's fabulous, isn't it? displayed a little bit more weight. That's more or less more psychological than anything. That front bowl worried her, I think. That was the key. So now Beck with a chance to just draw another shot, land the Jack High orange bowl for 3.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big moments in this game, isn't there? A lot of really important shots being played. This is another one.
A chance to draw a third. There's also an element of risk involved if she removes her shot bowl.
Even a trail of the jack slightly jack high, if she moves the jack 2 or 3 inches to the right, could probably bring in a front one, but this is a big opportunity here for Beck. This stage of the match, she's got to make the most of them, and has she done it? Beck Van Asch looking to draw another.
She's willing it to drop. She's very close, Barry. Barry.
Falls on the jack.
Brilliant.
Wow.
Oh, very good.
That could have done it.
I reckon that's 3. The maximum result. Wasn't the exact way she planned it, but it was still a very, very good shot.
3 shots to Rebecca Van Asch. She is in 1 shot of being crowned champion. That's a significant end of bowls.
Well, it was one of those heads, you know, any jack movement or sitting the bowl of Kristina's, but that's a really quality shot from a quality player. Perfect weight, just to either draw or trail, turn Kristina's bowl down. And Kristina's mum's unfortunately going for a walk. I don't blame her. This is edge of the seat stuff. The crowd are starting to get a bit jittery.
Poor thing can't bear to watch.
She couldn't watch, and I don't blame her.
This is good as it gets. 2 of Australia's brightest stars, Australian Jackaroos, with long list of achievements in their resumes. Who will add the 2018 Australian Open singles title to that?
Rebecca Van Asch now within touching distance. She's almost there.
Tell you what, when you're on 20 and you play one of these,
oh.
Well, it's all but. It's a very good opening. There's room, the way these two are playing, there's room. It's got to be good, but there's room.
Well, her first delivery in this direction, I can't say it's ever been a forehand delivery. So, but she has had a look at this forehand quite a few times, Kristina. Looking to give it a chance, try and shut the end down early.
Got to run the distance, not far off.
She's played it pretty well.
Sorry, Lester, look at this.
What a time to play a shot like this.
Change of hands and hardly been out there, really. Not a great deal.
That's so hard to do. To have been playing backhand for so long and to switch it up. And a bold move as well.
Definitely took a bit of extra time on that, Kristina, knowing that she hadn't played that hand a lot. Gave it a really good full chance draw. But Beck will be after her, don't remember that. She's not a mile away here. Has she got the legs? Well, that's a nice reply.
Very good shot too.
It's a good second.
Narrowing the margin.
Gives both players good confidence though by playing good shots with their first or second bowls to try and replicate that throughout the end. Kristina Krstic, forehand, 36 metres of length. Both players trying to get right near the jack over this length on a beautiful bowling green here at Broadbeach Bowls Club.
It's pretty good again here.
Looking to repeat the dose on her forehand.
Pretty good, well, not pretty good. Exceptional.
2 from 2.
That is amazing lawn bowling.
Exceptional play. Becca's officially on 20. Kristina unofficially on 20.
Yeah. Straight back onto the mat. She knows exactly what needs to be done.
Going for a little jog after this, Beck.
If she's chasing, she likes it. If it gets back,
not getting...
Just not getting back well.
Wow. Just a little bit quick, but
Feel
intentions
this.
were good.
Kristina Krstic has 2 bowls to come. She needs 3 shots to win the tournament, and she holds 2. Rebecca Van Asch has 1 after this.
What's the heart rate?
Yours or hers?
Or both?
You cannot practice for this. All you can do is go out and train at your best to try and one day hope that you're in this situation, that all the training pays off.
The last thing you're thinking about, though, is winning it here, isn't
Correct.
it? All you got to concentrate on is just draw another shot. Just draw another shot. And
She's
well,
on the march for 3.
She's in the area.
She's
I'll tell you.
hunting victory. She holds
She has done it.
tournament live right now.
Wow, she's hardly been out in that hand.
Arguably her 3 best draw shots for the match on a hand she's hardly played.
Look at her. She knows how
Can't
close
watch.
she is.
Where's Mum? Mum's gone.
Yeah, Mum left 5 minutes ago.
Mrs. Krstic, you better come back.
Can't see her. Just looking to see if we can see her anywhere.
Well, Beck Van Asch, one of her strengths, she has many, is definitely her weighted game.
This is a slow walk. Look at Beck. She's taking her time. She's rustling up every bit of fight in that she's got.
Meanwhile, Kristina
Can't watch.
can barely look.
Backhand weight from Beck here.
I'm not sure what weight. Is it big weight clean out or good solid weight stay around?
Mate, I think it's just your favourite weight. You're down game.
Yep.
Play your best shot.
So the equation for Beck Van Asch is simple. Make this bowl count.
Nothing
and
for
we
narrow.
continue.
Nothing for narrow is the key here. Work off her outside bowl.
If she
She's
misses,
playing harder weight. She's playing the tough weight.
her golden run will be over.
She's
This
in
is
the area.
a very difficult shot to
She
play.
likes it.
Starting to get away now.
She
but-
likes it.
oh, no,
She's still
played
looking at it.
well,
Here she
but-
comes.
Oh, yeah, she saved the match.
She's only down 1.
One down, well played. Oh, I tell you what, that was
is-
tough weight to play too.
That is top draw weight. You know, in
I
those
would have been
conditions.
in panic mode, just hunting down there with anything.
Beck's taken a big, deep breath. I wondered whether she went big and tried to blast or swing and stay around like she has, and it's paid off. But it's a gritty weight. It's a
So now it all comes back to Kristina, and as we see it here with the equation, how can she win it from
Well,
here?
that's the thing, she can. If she full draws here and gets a touch on the jack and brings it more centre to the rink, the jack is more centre of the rink, she can win the match here.
There was a young gentleman in the Australian Open men's singles final last year by the name of Nathan Pedersen who put the jack in the ditch to win the game v Nathan Rice. Will there be a repeat here? Jack under the number of 24 is shake hands.
She's got to give it a chance. What do you think, Baz?
If she just goes into the ditch trying to draw it, I think that's one of the best results, knowing that she gave it a chance. But
she stays with the forehand, and why not?
She's played this
Confident
hand
draw.
so well.
Confident draw. She's on a higher line, which she needs to be to get this. I tell you what, she's chasing.
It's
She's-
been her
she's
go-to.
interested.
Look
She's
at the
very
interest from the
interested.
crowd.
She likes it.
They
She's-
can sense how
she's willing
close
it.
she
She
is.
wants the jack. She wants the jack. What a great
Oh.
try. She played the perfect weight for it too. Knew she was close.
A remarkable attempt.
Any touch of the jack with that weight. Mighty effort, Kristina Krstic.
You couldn't write this script.
The draw's still on.
The draw's still on.
Women's singles title for 2018.
23 ends played, 20-19. We did expect that this was going to be a high-class final. It has been all of that and so much more.
And some, Jack.
And we're not finished.
Some. No.
How's that weight glass from Beck?
Oh,
that was
both of
gutsy.
them.
That was gutsy.
Yeah, I don't think I could have played that. I would have been in panic mode and just hunting.
Yeah, just rip through it.
Yeah.
Can we somehow give them half the check each? Can we do that, Jack?
Half
Can
a
we cut-
trophy?
Yeah. Can we
Maybe.
cut the check
I
up
don't
and say you both deserve it?
Maybe.
The WA Bowler of the Year, the Tasmanian Athlete of the Year.
One shot for the win for Rebecca Van Asch. 2 shots for the win for Kristina Krstic.
I think it's important to know that Kristina's mum is nowhere to be seen.
And has not been
Yeah.
for
No.
15 minutes.
We're thinking of her though. We hope she's
Yes,
okay.
our thoughts are out there, so yes.
She can't watch.
I bet you there's a few in Tasmania feeling the same too. So
there's been some classic family moments over the years in the crowd. You know, the sitting on the edge of the seat, the walking around. I remember 𝘗𝘳𝘦𝘴𝘦𝘥 when she won the Australian Indoor a few years ago. Her mum was, yeah, she couldn't watch. She'd be looking down, but it all makes this game so wonderful in what it is. Good family support, friends flying over long distances to support their friends. It's just brilliant. Kristina just needing 2 feet of weight here on her previous delivery on a really good line.
Well, she hasn't played one of the better ones here.
This is a uncharacteristically short bowl.
Opportunity for Beck here.
Yeah, I didn't I know Kristina's is slightly in her way, but I thought Beck, she's played this forehand well in this direction. She would have just stuck to it. But
she
there you go.
Contemplated coming back to the forehand and gone back. And Baz, I totally agree with you. She's been playing this forehand so well.
One thing, her line was impeccable with her first bowl. So it's just an improvement of weight now.
Well, she's pretty, she's into the front one. Yeah, it really is a slightly strange ploy. So as you say, Barry, that the one of Kristina's on the forehand is not in a way, the green's playing that well. It's not even close to being in a line, so.
Well, the high majority of Beck's effective bowls in this direction for the match have been on her forehand.
Definitely. So she's left the door ajar for Kristina here.
If Kristina can nail this jack here, well, there is still an opportunity for Beck. I think she's got to switch glass back to the forehand.
Oh, most certainly, yes.
There she has.
Yep. This is exciting in itself because it's a different twist.
It is. This is probably not what we expected from this end. They've really peppered away at the jack from basically the first bowl of the match.
Well, she gets a clear run. Well, she's fighting the weight too here.
She's searching. And we'll get inside for, well, second at least.
Well, I don't think so.
Or is she?
I don't know, but it doesn't change what Kristina's doing. She's got to nail this.
A reminder that Kristina Krstic needs 2 shots to win. And she holds 2 currently.
Not sure. Checking how far short it is.
She's having a bit of a look.
I'm not even sure if I'd change if I was Kristina here. I still don't think that's in the way, but it's a confidence thing. If she's more confident on the backhand, she should play it.
Yeah, I don't see a weighted shot for Beck anywhere there. So trying to, well, again though, you are 1 down right at the back. Do you take your medicine and say, well, in case Beck does rumble up on the forehand and look to, you'd hate to see that jack go back and not have it covered. So
I'm going for the jack. I'm going for the jugular here. Nail it.
Nail it.
Haven't you two changed roles all of a sudden?
Nail it. You're a man up a bit, Barry.
Yeah, well, I don't.
No, I'm joking.
With Beck's
she's not there either.
With Beck's 3 drawing attempts, does her force her to play weight here?
Well, it could if she's more than 1 down here.
She's 2 down, according to the marker. Beck Van Asch is 2 down.
Look, it's there to be drawn. Simple as that.
Yep.
Beck needs 1 for the match. It's there to be drawn.
There's a lot of room there.
These are the ones you got to make. It's a slow. It's the Van Asch walk. It's a slow one. It's regrouping.
The tournament comes down to this shot.
She's already saved the match once. It was a harder task than this one.
Beck Van Asch, her previous delivery is 2.5 feet short, which allows her a little bit of room past Jack 2. So if she even adds 3 feet of weight, she wins this match. Beck Van Asch, forehand.
Any more weight than a last will save game.
That jack is wide open.
Nervous just watching.
Begging for Beck Van Asch to draw close and win the tournament.
Well, she's a chance if she's not too quick this time.
She's on the forehand.
She's close.
She's searching.
She's fist pumping. She likes it.
She likes it.
Beck Van Asch
She's
is
done
the
it.
champion.
She's there.
Well played, girls. What a game.
2018 is becoming a golden year for Rebecca Van Asch. dual Commonwealth Games gold medalist, impending motherhood, and now Australian Open champion. What a match. What a match it was. Commiserations to Kristina Krstic, who was there right the way to the very end. But Rebecca Van Asch, a bit of that Tasmanian grit, was on full show today.
Oh, she's a fighter, isn't she? And look, full credit to both players. I can only congratulate them both. They were both exceptional. And I think Kristina will rue that last end, but well played.
Well played it was, and Lauren Wood is down there with the champion.
Thank you very much, Jack. Yes, here with the new queen of Australian bowling, our singles champion, Bec Van Asch. You must be absolutely thrilled.
Yeah, look, it was a fantastic game. I thought it would be coming in. I knew Chrissy was going to be really difficult. She bowled outstanding. It's probably a little bit disappointing that it actually went down to probably our loosest end of the whole match in the end. But I hope the viewers enjoyed it because it really felt like a fantastic quality.
As you said, came down right to the very last bowl. She made it very, very tense for you, but you held your nerve.
Yeah, look, she played fantastic. Chrissy's a good friend. She's a part of our Jackaroos team. I think it's great proof that Australian women's bowlers is in great hands with players like Chrissy coming through. It's fantastic for the future of our sport.
Certainly is, and a nice story to tell Bubs in a few years' time as well, isn't it, that they were here with you for this one?
Yeah, well, my little bub on board must be a bit of a lucky charm. So it's he or she's been doing me really well this year. So it's been a good 2018 so far.
Fantastic, Bec. Thank you. Congratulations again. Enjoy the celebration.